All right. Well, I just wanted to come on here real quick. I actually got approached by somebody this week on something that appears to be a scam. So I just wanted to throw it out there, and it's not necessarily specific to this thing, but I just want you to be aware that there's people out there trying to scam you, and maybe some things for you to think about, so you don't get suckered into paying for something or spending time on things that really is just a waste of your time and your money. Okay. And again, this person, they connected with me and then messaged me on LinkedIn about the CIA exam. Now, I've been a CIA for many, many years, probably actually longer than this person has even been alive. Okay. So, first off, they didn't really take a look at my profile and know who I am, and know that actually I teach or have taught for many years in helping people pass the CIA exam. Now, why am I talking about this? Because again, I don't want you to get suckered into something, okay? Because there are people out there that are trying to scam you. So let me just explain some things to think about. And this is in general, not just specifically for this, but really for anything. Okay, one of the things that I remind myself of all the time is, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Okay, so again, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is, and it's probably some sort of a scam. Now, another thing to consider is, usually if it's free or if it seems just really, really cheap, there's probably some issue with it. Okay. And again, this is whether it relates to CIA exam or anything else in your life. Okay. Because again, let's take for example a book. Let's say you want to buy a book. Well, most books are typically anywhere from $10 up to, let's say, $30. Okay. Most of them probably between 15 to $20. And so if somebody shows up and says, "Hey, I've got this really great book for you and it's only 25 cents," you're probably going to be thinking, "Well, now just a minute. Books are normally this price. Why are you giving me this for 25 cents?" Okay, because usually again, when things are free or they seem really cheap, there's usually one of two things that are going on there. Okay. First off, is either it has absolutely no value. And so they're just using it as a way to sucker you in, get your email address, and then they're going to pound you with emails. Okay. So it could be that they're just trying to market to you and they're going to give you something for free, right? But it's not really free because you have to put up with all their messaging and crap for the next however long that you choose to stay on their list. Okay. Another reason sometimes why things are free is because they don't really work. It's not really true, and so people have to give it away for free. And so usually you can tell that most things that are free don't have a lot of value to them. Okay. Another reason why things could be free is somebody has actually stolen that information from somebody else. Hmm, probably didn't think about that, right? Because there are a lot of people that are out there that unfortunately steal things from other people. Well, if you didn't have to go through and spend all the time developing the course or the content, and you just steal it from somebody else, then you don't really have any cost associated with that, right? You're just copying or using what other people have done. So, people who really provide value, that really know what they're talking about, they like to get paid, just like you like to get paid. I'm sure you wouldn't want to go to your job and do all this hard work, and at the end of the day just say, you know what, it's okay. You don't need to pay me anything. Why don't I just work for free? Right? It's not the way that it usually works. Okay. So, again, that's why usually if things are free or are very discounted in their pricing, it's probably a waste of your time and your money. Okay. Now, let me get back to the, that's kind of in general, right? And so, again, what I want to talk about too is a little bit about the CIA exam. Because, like I said, I got a message from somebody, I don't even know what this means, but saying something like authentic dumps, reliable proxy available. I don't even know what the hell that means. Okay. Authentic dumps of what? Questions? Well, questions on the CIA exam, whatever people are going to give you for questions, you know, those questions aren't going to be on your exam. How do you know that? Because they keep it secret and they keep changing the exam all the time and they keep changing the questions and or modifying them slightly. So if you have practiced and you know what the correct answer is on a sample question, you're going to get it wrong on the real exam because they change it. Okay. Also says something about available at the lowest prices and pay after pass. Well, again, that's not usually how people actually run businesses. So I'm a little confused, right, as to what that would actually mean. And so again, like I said, I kind of saw it as a scam, and I've seen other things like this out there. Because the reality is, if you're studying for the CIA exam, for most people, it takes you 2 to 5 years. Now, if I'm running a business, am I going to wait for 5 years to get paid only if you pass? That's not how you actually run a business, folks. So if people are kind of telling you that or giving you that as an option, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Now, the other thing, again, I don't know what the pricing on this is. I didn't try to get into it. But again, if somebody's, trying to give you something for 50 bucks or 100 bucks or even a couple $100, when it relates to the CIA exam, it probably doesn't have a lot of value because it's a lot of work. As I told you, there's 3 exams. There's a lot of information to go through and to understand and to know for you to be able to pass that exam. So realistically, nobody can give that to you for just a couple $100. If they do, they're probably not giving you something of value. Okay, so I've talked a little bit again about, in general, just be aware of these things that are out there. And again, I'm using the example for CIA exam, but those of you that have followed me for a long time, I'm not just talking about what I'm talking about. I'm talking about something more too that is also a lifelong lesson for you. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Okay. Now, again, whether you choose to use my CIA review course or someone else's, I don't care. Use what is going to work for you. But here's a couple of the things for you to think about, right? Is the person who's actually providing whatever it is, are they reputable? Have they been around for a while? Do you know who they are? Right? Do you know who they are, or are they hiding behind something? Right? Because again, if you're going to be paying for a product or a course or anything, you want to know who developed it. You want to know, what's behind it, whether or not they have a track record as well, right? So do some due diligence on that. Who is this person? Who is this company? How long have they been around? Do they actually know what they're talking about? Take a look at the pricing as well. And as I told you, for something like CIA exam, it takes most people 2 to 5 years to pass all 3 exams. Okay. And for most people, it's going to cost you $3,000 to $5,000 for you to be able to pass. So again, if I show up and I say, hey, I've got everything that you need and it's only $50, that doesn't quite sound right, does it? For something that's going to take you years to accomplish, it just doesn't make any sense. Okay. So again, use your common sense, do some research, and just find what works best for you. Right. And like I said, don't use mine if something else is resonating with you, but again, if you want to learn and actually, uh, especially with this, it's more about the mindset and the mental aspect to it than it is the academic. A lot of people take a look at this and think, oh, it's academic. If I just learn all the topics, then I'm going to pass the exam. Not how this one actually works. And I've been doing this for a long time. It's much more about the mental side of it and about being confident and understanding how to see what the correct answers are once, in the way that they word the questions. But even more than that, it's about the confidence that you have. Because here's what I can tell you that I've seen for a lot of years in working with people. If you go into that exam and you feel like, oh, you know what, there's a lot of information. I don't know if I know everything. I'm not very confident. I think I'm going to fail. Well, if you think you're going to fail, you're probably going to fail. Okay. And so a lot of the work to be done is up here, it's in your head, and actually getting confident in how, in what you're studying, being confident that you're going to pass the exam. And again, that's something that most people don't actually talk about. I spend a lot of time and give you tools that talk more about that. So again, I'm going to wrap up for today. But again, beware of different scams. And again, whether it's CIA exam or other things, just do your due diligence. Figure out, does the price reflect the value that I'm supposed to be getting? Because if somebody's offering you thousands of dollars worth of value, but they're only charging you $50 or $100, something probably doesn't make sense there. Okay. So with that, I'm going to sign off for today, and I'll catch you the next time I do a live. I know I've been a little quiet because I actually took 2 weeks of vacation. So I've been a little quiet on social media, but I'll get back to it. So we'll see you around.